Creature Feature Show. I am here with a very special guest. How you doing, Smoking Joe?
What's good, man? What's good, Twiggy Drowe?
All right, all right. Now, you and I have actually had a recent conversation, and you have let me in on a couple of things a couple of highlights that you were, um, that are actually coming up. But before we even get into that, I want to talk about some of the past stuff that you did. For you personally, let's not. What would you say is the biggest highlight of your career so far? I mean, like,
Hmm. My favorite or the biggest?
yeah,
Which one?
pick one. Enlighten me.
Well, obviously the biggest was the first time when we got on stage at Harpo's at the dead of winter. Esham. That was something special. That was something special. Just the whole aura of being in a venue and it was minus 21 degrees below on the inside.
Oh
Um,
wow,
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's a Guinness Book record that it was the coldest the venue's ever been played.
what
Um,
venue was it?
it was Harpo's in
I've been
Detroit.
there. Yeah, it gets pretty fucking cold there.
Nah, man, it was something different, man. It was something different. I don't know how no one survived that night. This whole coronavirus thing, if it would have been happening then, everybody in that building would have been dead of winter.
Hmm.
For real. For real. But yeah, I mean, I was a big Esham fan growing up. And I've listened to him since he started rapping basically.
Hmm.
And just to do performance, we've done a couple performances with Esham. That was a big moment to us. Now I'll say my favorite was either this is one or two things. One of them was another Esham story, but
I'm
my
expecting a
favorite,
lot of Esham stories from you.
well, some, but it is what it is. But I think my favorite moment, because seeing this is my first podcast interview where I'm doing live podcast over the phone. We usually do in-house interviews, but
Right.
as one of the other radio stations was doing an Esham interview, and unfortunately he had to get off the phone early. So they let me call in, and to me that was kind of a big moment that I got to do the interview,
It's always
represent.
a big one when when you speak to your favorite artist. That just makes life so much easier.
And then I would say, I got to meet one of my favorite artists, and that's Spice One. Um, got to hang out with him and kick it with him for a couple days in a row when he was here. He was here in Detroit, E-Course, and I got to hang out with him. And I wasn't doing music at the time. I wasn't even thinking about doing music. It was actually before I started doing music, but I wasn't thinking about doing music.
Okay.
Um, in order for you to understand the whole story, is I was at a point in my life where we decided we could throw shows, and I kept making flyers at Mad Butcher's house.
Hmm.
And Butcher told me, "You keep coming over here to make these flyers." He said, "You're gonna have to record a song." Well, one song turned into God almost 9 albums now in 4 years.
So it was kind of like a snowball effect.
Yeah, it really was a snowball effect. Because I wasn't sure about doing music. I mean, my age. I do have stories to tell with my music.
Hmm.
I do have music that I grew up influenced to, that I would like to continue with our art, with our craft, with our style. We'd
Hmm.
like to continue the whole vibe that stuff we grew up listening to represented. Um, we like to emanate that style. That's the best way I could put it.
Okay. So now I have to ask, and this kind of was intriguing from what you said. What is it that got you into doing music?
Again, like I said, Mad Butcher pushed me into recording the song. And
So it,
now, well, before I started doing music, I was kind of knew a lot of people from the streets and street activity lifestyle, and so I know a lot of rappers, real rappers. And when I recorded the music, I sent the music to people that were already doing this music thing for 20 years, if not longer. They already done big arena shows, everything. And I sent them some music, and I asked for their opinion. I said, if it's horrible, tell me it's horrible, man. So I don't even get started into this, like basic. And every influence that I sent these songs to, these early songs, gave me great opinions, great calculations of what we needed to keep doing. And like I said, album got put out. Before our album was out, we were already on stage doing the Esham show. We already had we already had Dice on the album, our first album, Dice, Ghetto E, then followed up by like people like Mastermind, Bootleg, Project Born, Schizo. I could keep, I mean, a whole bunch of people. Like you could look at our first 5 albums, we'd always throw a feature from someone we liked on these albums. And I mean, once you start doing something like this, you got to change things in your life. Like I wasn't always living right. And once I started realizing that I was going to be on the stage, I changed a lot of shit in my life, man.
Right.
So it's all about this shit. It's all about this Killers Don't Talk, Smoking Joe, Mad Butcher. Now, I mean, now we got signed to a label. Teddy Bass and Mastermind, they have a album called House of Frankenstein, and they have a label, Ad Hoc Entertainment Records from Canada. It's Sony Orchard distributor, and they brought us on this label. And so my first album is going to be coming out, and I was never going to do a solo album ever. I had no intentions of dropping a solo album.
So this is going to be your only one, or?
That's to be seen, because literally we have so much music right now. I could tell you, we have catalogs of music ready to drop. If we wanted to, we could drop an album every month.
I was just about to ask. I was gonna say, it seems like you have this conveyor belt of music that is just continuously putting out. Because every time I go to your page, every time I go to Butcher's page, every time I go to KDT, it always seems like you're putting out something. In like with the advent of COVID, I can only see you doing nothing but music for like the next 3 weeks.
Well, see, that's funny. That's funny you speak about the COVID, because our list of albums started out, the very first one was called Fire Flu Volume 1. Then, of course, we had a follow-up with the Fire Flu Volume 2. Then our next album was Shh. Then our next album after that was Acid Trap. Then our next album after that was 187. And that was all before we were signed. And all of them are full-length albums. When I say full-length, anywhere from 12 to 18 songs, if not more. All of them were dropped in 3 years. Plus videos, plus a whole bunch of stuff in the meantime. So then we got, probably right when this COVID started hitting, we had our album that was ready for October was Killer Currency, and that was set to drop in October. But here's the funny story is we dropped a pandemic album. Butcher put it together, and this album is probably one of the only true pandemic style recorded albums. Everybody recorded these albums and sent their music in pandemic style. The whole album got dropped in probably 3 weeks. We put that album together and dropped it in 3 weeks when the pandemic hit.
You got nothing but time. What else are you gonna do?
Well, yeah, but some people, it's hard to move around. Like me, I have to go to a studio to record. I don't have nothing at home, unfortunately. And if I did, I probably would be a dinosaur at work in it. So who knows what I would come up with. You see how hard this to get me to do this. So, but I gotta get.
Well, to be fair, I had a couple of technical issues on my end too.
Right. So we were set to drop Killer Currency in October, and my man Teddy Bass was working with Mad Butcher on a couple songs for his upcoming House of Frankenstein. and asked if we wanted a song on that album, and that's an honor to be put on an album with Mastermind. You asked me,
Yeah,
so
that's a serious flex. I know somebody that actually did a song with Mastermind not too long ago.
I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I know we at least got maybe like 3 or 4 off the rip with Mastermind. But my whole point was to actually be on someone else's album, and they asked us. That was an honor. But at that point in time, that's when we started talking about getting down with the label. And he asked us, He asked us, do we have an album ready? And we said, what do you mean we're dropping one right now? And he said, no, you got an album for the label. And guess what? Boom, we handed him an album in one day. We had it ready. We handed it to him. He listened to it. He loved it. So when he was going to release it in October, we had a problem with the digital distribution company we was using at the time. So we decided to give him both albums for the label. And the deal was worked out. Now we're on the label, and there's no turning back at this point in time. And let me just tell you, we have a schedule for the whole next year. I'm talking about month after month after month. Albums will be dropped. Various artists, some artists you've heard of, some artists are new that we're bringing. But we have a camp we're putting together, and we have a lot of music coming this way planned for 2021.
Right.
A lot of music.
And actually, KDT is being featured on my upcoming EP, releasing very soon.
Yes, sir. I mean, when I look at this journey, it always started off with me and Butcher. And we've had members come and go. And, when it comes down to the core, me and Butcher have always had our back. And we're looking at this in the long run because we're not getting any younger, unfortunately.
Right.
And we look at this for the long run, man. I mean, so we want to help other people around us, and we try to reach the olive branch out to all kinds of artists, and we try to get them involved. And we can't make them walk. So you can't lead a horse. So when they see what we're doing, I know they're gonna probably want to be involved. And some people, that offer's still open. Other people, man, we gave people a chance. So. Can't keep on spinning a broken record. So but no, I'm just here to celebrate what we're doing and represent what we're trying to do, and that's trying to unify a lot of people in the city that no one can get together in, and that's Michigan, Detroit, Michigan. You can't ever get no one on the same page, man, and we're trying to do that here. We're trying to do it with getting them so their music can be distributed. And we're trying to send them in the right direction so they don't have to use DistroKid no more. So they don't have to pay for CD Baby. We're trying to get past all of that.
Yeah.
We're trying to help our people out so they can see their proper stream money.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, for real, man. We pushed 10,000 units last quarter. The quarter before that, we was at about 5,000. Our Spotify is hitting about 10,000 monthly viewers. I think it dropped down a little, but that shit fluctuates.
Sid Jones, you should be noting this.
No, I mean, I'm just going to tell you this, man. Just wait till we drop our merch catalog. I know that there's a lot of stuff we're putting together in this merch catalog.
I went through some of your catalog. I got to say, it's fucking fire, man.
I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that.
Your voice... the way you rap is very percussive. Like when you're rapping, it's like, bam, bitch, I'm on the fucking stage. Look at me.
I'm gonna blame my grandma. She's passed away, but I'm gonna blame her because before she passed away, she was going deaf. And she used to watch TV and fall asleep in her chair when I lived at home with my grandmother. And that TV would be loud, like going through the walls. You think the Tiger game was going on next to you. And so we had to yell a lot. And unfortunately, it's hard for me as an artist to control my voice at all times. But at the same time, when I write certain lines, I want you to hear that I'm saying that loud for a reason. Right. I'm putting my emotion into it for a reason. And then other times I'm just more comical with the way I'm sarcasm with my lines I use. But sometimes I try to switch it up. Sometimes I try not to have that loud voice I always do when I'm doing music. But hey, one
Mhm.
thing people need to know is there's no special effects. We
Yeah, I
ain't
was
using
just
no.
gonna mention that the tone of your voice, as percussive it is, it makes it sound kind of like a speakerphone. It has a speakerphone effect to it. You know what I mean? Like
That's
an
not
old
my.
style back in the '90s and shit. You know?
Hey, that's the only time if you hear like the almost like the Beastie Boys megaphone effect. That's the only time you can say an effect is being ran on my voice. That is the only time, and that's because I asked for it. That's because I'm like, man, change my shit up that way.
Right.
But no, everything we do, we don't put no special effects on our voices. We don't do that.
No. I have to ask, and I don't. I kind of feel awkward saying this. Would you consider your guys' music juggalo music, or is it more for one way or another, or what? I don't know.
Let me start off first and foremost by saying this. Me and Matt Butcher are old fucking dudes, okay? And when we were coming up, we listened to Inner City Posse when they was first putting out their tape called Dog Beats. We used to catch them at gas stations and see them around. Every once in a while, we would catch them and run into ICP around here. So that's
Mhm.
how far back we go back with juggalo type music. But here's the thing: is I'll speak for Butcher on this one, but me and Butcher are more like Nodis, Esham, House of Crazies, Breed. Yeah, we had our Juggalo influences. I probably had my Juggalo influences in my earlier years. I like ICP probably up until Ringmaster. I was a big fan of ICP. I used to go to all of the first shows. I could tell you so many stories, and people can say whatever they want about my stories, but I was fucking there. And all I all I gotta say is, man, we go back. So yeah, we have an influence, and we definitely show respect to ICP, to all of the Juggalo fan base. We got love for them all.
That's very common in Detroit. Detroit, I have to say, Detroit style rap. In Detroit alone, you can actually distinguish from the rest of the Midwest, even the United States itself, and they all have some kind of homage to ICP, to Esham, Nodis, and whatnot.
Right. Well, see, like I want you to look at it like this: is it don't matter if you're doing the wicked shit, if you're doing more of the Juggalo, whoop whoop, if you're doing that, it's gonna sound the same from Detroit because that's where KDT. We from Wayne County,
Yeah,
so that's what we come up on. But it goes to say the same for the other type of music that comes out of Detroit. The whole nation basically copies their style. So it don't matter if people are doing juggalo music, if they doing gangster rap, drug deal music, one way or the other. A lot of these other states, a lot of these other big artists, they all emulate Detroit music.
Detroit was
And
actually very well known at the time for being one of the hottest music scenes at the time. That's where the name Motown came from the Motor City.
well, I mean, look at all the white guys who try to rap and sound like Eminem. Come on now. Yeah, that's a perfect example. Hey, perfect example. Look at all these artists that paint their face like the clowns. Look at all the artists that paint their face like Twisted. Look, for real, think about this. Where did it all come from? It come from Michigan. Like that's just to say that they seen something that they liked, a different type of swagger that I believe all Michigan artists have it one way or the other. Whether they're greats or whether they're underground, they all got their swagger, and you can hear Michigan in all of our souls. If we
Right,
true artists from Michigan, we know who the other artists are. We know who the other artists are. Yeah,
right.
but we got love. We got love for people all over, man. I mean, I'm about to have to give some shout outs to a bunch of names of people, but I don't. I'll save that till the end. So,
So, are there anything, whether it be near or distant future, that you actually want to accomplish, like any type of milestones or goals, or just something that
definitely.
you want to do?
Okay, short-term goals. We'd like to get some more. We'd like to get some tours figured out with some people, because obviously we're not big enough to do it on our own. So we would like
Right.
to. We'd like to build a little tour, and we'd like to get our music out of a couple. Get it out of a couple places. Travel around. But big term, I would definitely like to see some of our music, like maybe on a movie.
Hmm.
Um, that would really make my day. And I'm not talking about no low budget. I like to maybe get more of our music out to Movies Actor Guild, and who knows, maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll get on something good. Who knows? But that would probably make me happy to actually know that my music was getting played for a soundtrack or something.
Yeah.
It seems like that seems like a goal to me. That would make me happy. I mean, other than getting to work with people and getting the emotion or getting the person that I never expect to walk up to me when we're done performing. Like, I've had just people walk up to me and just be like very positive about our performance and say positive things. And unfortunately, Max Julian, my homeboy, hoster about Max dying and stuff. That was even from a guy like him to run up on us after we got off the stage because he never seen us perform. And the way he spoke to us and the way I seen it in his face, and I knew Max, so, the way he spoke to us, just things like that. And it grows on you over time. And, even if you think, man, I fucked up on stage, and then you got someone come run across the floor to you and they're like, man, that shit was dope, man. You guys fucking killed it up there. And I'm all sweating and shit. Like, all I'm thinking about is I fucked up that one line up there. I'm just being real. I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, that's the vibe. That's the vibe. And I would like to do it on a bigger level. So, I mean, we're open. We're open for stuff. We got a lot of artists we could bring with us. If there's anyone out there listening, think about, getting something going, hit us up, man. We love doing stuff. So
right.
That is for sure. But I would say that them are the goals for the music. The music is eternal, bro. And you're the only one who can you're the only one who can take your own music down, man. And as long as I'm alive, I'm just gonna leave it up there, man. Because who knows, man? I mean, maybe people will back catalog us in the future,
So are you looking to actually stay local, or do you want to tour?
I mean, I would love to get as big as we could get. I would love to live that life, but I'm getting older, and I don't know that it'll happen. But
I was curious. That's kind of the reason why I was asking.
I'm being realistic. I mean, would we love to? Yeah. Do people work and have normal jobs? Some of the guys do. So could they just leave their life if we weren't getting paid right to do shows? Could they just do it just to try to get our faces out? There's a whole big situation like that.
Right.
So, without going into too much detail and sounding boring about that, no, I would do it in a heartbeat if the cards are all set right. Shit, mark us down. We doing it if the cards are right. But we just do our talking for ourselves, man. I'm telling you that much. Right. We do most of our talking and most of our business. So if anyone ever wants to do business with us, they can feel free to inbox us. But that,
Excuse me. Sorry, I had pizza earlier, so I'm a little gassy. So what's your favorite kind of food, bro?
Man, food, man. Favorite. That's a good question, man. I don't know. I like a little bit about everything, a little bit of everything. Unfortunately, so that's a weakness too. And I'm trying to train my mind not to be a person that can snack and do all that good stuff. But no, I like Mexican food. Mexican food is good.
I love Mexican, Italian. I love especially. Oh, I love Cajun spice. Love me some Cajun spice.
Yeah, I can't eat spice food no more, man. That'll tear me up. I'm getting too old. I'm getting too old for all that. But nah, man,
So how long did it actually take you to record Sipping on Sour Milk?
The whole album, probably 3 weeks to do most of my verses.
Was this just in the last 3 weeks, or?
No, it was more like it was worked on for a little while, and then so many songs got done, and then it just wasn't worked on. Other projects jump in the way real quick, and fixing things and doing this. So like once I got the beats, the songs got written and done ASAP. So I would say 3 weeks total time. to
Right.
write all of my music and then to get everybody's features together. Now that was the different story. Let's just be real.
I wanted to actually get into that. I wanted to ask about some of the features in there. You don't have to list all of them if you don't want to.
Oh, there's
But
not a lot. There's not a lot of features on my album. You know,
okay,
I was thinking about getting some people on there like with bigger names, but then I thought, no, I just want to do it by myself and with the people that I basically started doing music with. And so what I did is Butcher produced the whole album. Except one song, Dirty D produced the song on there. But for features, I got Mad Butcher, of course. I got Blatonio Todd, Teddy Bass. I got Jay Gutter on the song. I got Hallucinate on the song. Recthurst, Jay Coffee, and Izzy Too Nice. So them are all the guys I got on the album. And all at some point in time, they all had something to do with the come up.
okay,
You know, they all played a role. So I felt oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot Wayne Dub too, because Wayne Dub was he was actually one of the first guys to do one of the first couple songs I ever did. We did a song we never put out, but it was called Vanna White. And we did a song called Vanna White, and we just never put it out because we figured that our lyrics were going to cause some problems, so we didn't do that.
so why did you decide to name it "Sipping on Sour Milk"? I heard that. I had to kind of chuckle at it.
Okay, there's a lot of explanation behind this, and I'll try not to drag it out.
Okay,
Sipping on sour milk, life's titty. Everybody feeds off life's titty. And let's just look at this year alone, 2020. That motherfucking titty's been giving some sour ass milk, man. But when you think of sour milk, it's more of a past statement, reminiscing over your past, kicking bullshit about your past. And you know, I'm not gonna even lie. Mastermind's Liquid Drano kind of influenced my sipping sour milk. Kind of kind of putting some math together in this one. And
hmm,
and you know, sipping sour milk, you know, I mean, who the fuck sips sour milk, man?
right.
Except a real motherfucker that will walk in that room and they'd be like, give me that bitch. You know,
If anybody has the balls to just downright chug sour milk,
sour fucking milk, you know.
I
Usually
fucking
people
applaud that shit, man.
usually people don't give up. Them people don't even smell the container. They like, give me that shit.
Oh man,
But no,
that's
look,
just nasty.
I tried to when I did this album, though, to be honest with you, I tried to take bits and pieces of reality, bits and pieces of times I've lived in life and situations I've lived in life. And I couldn't give the whole story names, faces, and places and times and dates because I don't like to incriminate situations in my life. And that does happen
Right.
to people who do music. So what I did is I broke it down and I tried to make my album different than a KDT album. Now, is
Right.
it different? I don't know. That's up to the actual listener. In my opinion, I tried to go in the direction of what I was hearing in my head.
Right.
And like I said, I didn't even want to do it, man. I didn't even want to do a solo album. And you can ask Butcher, you can ask Jay Gutter, you can ask Hallucinate, you can ask anyone I worked with. I never wanted to do a solo album.
Can I ask why?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It just wasn't something. It wasn't something in my stars, man. It wasn't something I seen myself doing. I see myself on stage rocking with the guys, but I didn't see myself doing no solo songs. And I've actually performed a couple songs off this album now. Oh, it was over a year ago, but it was definitely over a year ago. So I actually performed a couple of these songs when we were shorthanded on a set we were supposed to do. I actually went up there and performed, I want to say 2 or 3 songs off the album.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It wasn't, you know, I don't know, man. Maybe it's a stage, maybe it's almost like a standing alone stage fright feeling that you just don't know if you want to do it or not. But let me just say, my friends listened to the album And they were like, you better drop it, man. You better go through with this. We like the fucking album. So I've got
Doing a solo album can actually be very beneficial because then you can actually say what you want to say in the style that you want to say it. And you
I'm gonna be
all that other influence around it.
I did want to do like if you listen, you could listen to 2 songs right now. It's on pre-sale till December 12th. That's when the official album will be out. And if you guys ain't gonna buy it, then it's gonna be on YouTube. It'll be on a topic page, so you can just go check it out on YouTube. And that's love. I just want y'all to listen to it at least. But I mean, there's a lot of memories and some of the words I said in the lines alone. It just ain't. It might sound like I'm just rapping or trying to rhyme, but there's a lot more to it, man. It's more on a personal note, but it's more about my life, my situations I've been through, and it's real, man. It's real. It's real. That's all I can say about the album.
Right.
And there's 2 songs you could hear right now. That's the first song, and then that's the title track song, "Sipping Sour Milk," and the first song, "You Don't See My Gun." That's the 2 songs you can listen to right now if you want to go check it out. It's available on iTunes right now, but it should be popping up everywhere. Literally every store. It should be up on every store any day if it's not already up. I don't know. I gotta check.
Okay. Can we expect any videos from it?
Actually, yeah, you're gonna expect a video, but it probably won't be dropping until about the time the album drops, and it'll be in December.
Okay.
Maybe I might do something a little sooner, but I don't have nothing ready to do sooner.
Okay.
I don't have a sample right now. Like, don't say it's not gonna happen because I could make it happen. But
you can put together a lyrical video.
See, I was thinking about that too, but maybe like a flip video, like we've been doing on KDT's videos sometimes.
Right.
I think I might throw one out there, but I don't know if I got the time right now from now till when the album drops. They might just both come out in December.
Okay.
But you're gonna see some announcements coming from us in the next, I don't know, the next month and a half.
Right.
You will be seeing announcements coming, and all I can promise, like I said, we got album coming out every month, probably pretty much every month until the whole next year's up. And not all KDT.
Talk about some of that. What's some of the
But
projects
it's
that
not all
KDT has
KDT.
coming out?
No, I could talk about. Okay, so all right, so my album drops December 12th. We will be dropping a KDT album in January.
Ooh.
Whole new look. That's all I can say about that. After that, you're gonna see a lot of artists coming. I definitely cannot say everyone's names. That's up to the label to speak on that. But you can put. Yeah. I asked, man. I asked before I came on if I could talk about stuff, and not yet, man. Timing's everything when we do this, man. We have this for a reason. It's on a scheduled calendar, so
of course.
But a lot of artists we have a lot of music with might be dropping solo albums. So just be on the lookout. Start paying attention. You're gonna start seeing it. You can find it all on Killers Don't Talk Facebook. You can find it on my Facebook, Matt Butcher's Facebook, Instagram. We don't always use our Twitter too much. Like I said, we're on YouTube, Spotify, every digital platform. I mean, it's just, it's what we're trying to do right now, man. That's all I can say. I'm not talking about quitting anytime soon. Right. As long as the universe lets me continue this evil mission, I'll keep selling real estate. I'll keep selling real estate in hell, my friends.
Well, that's about all the questions that I actually got for you. I want to thank you for taking time out for this show. Everybody that tunes into this show. Also, I want to say hello to my little friend. This is Twiggy the turtle. How you doing?
That's a real turtle?
Oh, of course not. He's attached to my.
It's blurry, man. I can't see. Oh, okay.
Can you see it now?
But I like, yeah, I see it now. I couldn't see it. It was all like flashing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's the little program thingy. Anyway, he's got, like we were talking about, he's got his own solo album coming out, Sipping on Sour Milk, dropping December 12th. There is a link floating around for that. I will be posting it on the Sid Jones Network Entertainment page as well as the Twitter. What's up, brother?
I was gonna say, you need to go check out the Killer Currency. It dropped October 10th. And then there's the Arachnophobia, KDT, Killers Don't Talk, Arachnophobia, that dropped October 22nd. Both full-length albums, some features on them. I guess you got to go check them out to see who's on them. I say Stretch Money on one of the songs. And be on the lookout, because after my solo album drops, we definitely got an interruption coming. We definitely got some announcements, and if I got a second left, I'd like to give a couple shots out to my people, man.
Go for it, brother.
I'd like to give a shout out to Mad Butcher. I'd like to give a shout out to Blatonio Todd, Teddy Bass, Mastermind, Dice, Timmy Two Times. Hold on, I got a couple more. I'm not done. Izzy Too Nice. Hold on, I'm trying to remember all of these names. Violent Tensions, William Alexander out of Houston, Texas. Did I already say Blatonio Todd?
Yes, you already said Blatonio Todd.
All right, man. I know I'm forgetting some people. Dirty B for sure. But shout out to all of my people, man. Shout out to everyone who works with us at Ad Hoc Sadja Records. Sometimes I say it messed up. And shout out from everybody here at Killers Don't Talk, man. We love you guys over there, Sid Jones. And shout out to you, Twiggy Drowe, man. Release that song sooner or later, man.
I will. Yeah, I'll send it to you, brother. I definitely will. Also, like he just said, I do have a song with him featuring KDT and the Rap Kaiser coming out on my next EP. Yep.
Shout out to Rap Kaiser. Shout out. We love y'all, man. We love y'all. We love all y'all juggalos, all y'all suicidalists, man. We got love for all of y'all, man. Feel free to listen to our music, man. We'll show you what's up.
Also, don't forget, every Tuesday, Sid Jones and I, Master Debaters, every Tuesday at 2 p.m. on the Sid Jones Network Twitch. KDT, Twiggy Drowe, Smokey Joe, thank you for joining me here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I'm out of here.
Peace.